Hi and welcome to CBN4's Primetime News Package. For today, I'm your presenter, Alian Christopher. Let's take a look at the top stories for today. Jamaican reggae superstar to headline the 2018 World Creole Music Festival alongside other famous artists and bands. And Olympic Day 2018 to be observed on the weekend. Stay tuned for these and other stories when CBN4's Primetime News Package returns. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with CBN4. Discover Dominica Authority unveiled a thrilling lineup of artists and bands to perform at the 20th World Creole Music Festival during a launch party at the Palm Cottage in Roseau on Wednesday. Jamaican reggae superstar Chronix is among the headline acts. Other confirmed performers for the festival are Trinidadian soca stars Marshall Montano and Kes the Band, dancehall artist Movado of Jamaica, Yemi Alade of Nigeria represents the Afrobeat genre, compa artist Sweet Mickey, Kai and Class, and Zouk artist Jean-Marc Ferdinand, Olan, Frankie Versailles, and Stefan Ravor. Midnight Groovers, Signal Band, Triple K, Music and New All-Stars, and solo artist Asa Banton from Dominica will also feature. The World Creole Music Festival forms part of the celebrations to mark Dominica's 40th anniversary of independence and is carried for October 26th to the 28th at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium in Roseau. Minister for Tourism and Culture, Senator the Honorable Robert Tong, told the launch party the reveal of the reunion edition of the World Creole Music Festival was a proud moment for Dominica. Meantime, the Director of Tourism, Colin Piper, has said that at least one other major performer will be added to the festival lineup in the coming days. Patrons can find the launch video of the artist lineup online. World Creole Music Festival and Dominica's 40th anniversary of independence are another great way to rediscover Dominica's natural and cultural attractions. And following the 34th Annual General Meeting of the Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities, DAPD, held on Wednesday, May 30th, 2018, a new board of directors was elected, the composition of which is as follows: Irma Raymond Joseph, the President; Ernica Esprit, the Vice President; Relda Richards, the Secretary; Michael Murphy, the Treasurer; Celius Charles, the Assistant Secretary-Treasurer; Matthias Bruno, the Director, and Luke Fabian, also a Director. Meanwhile, DAPD will be represented at 1 international and 2 regional programs during the month of July. Michael Riley, Staff Assistant, is scheduled to participate in 1-month training course on the promotion of social participation of persons with disabilities through sports under the JICA Knowledge Co-Creation Program to be held in Japan from July 1st to the 29th. Irma Raymond Joseph and Ernica Esprit will participate in a blind women's cricket development training program for players and coaches to be held in Barbados from July 1st to the 15th. The program is organized by the West Indies Cricket Council for Blind in conjunction with the Barbados Blind Cricket Association and the English Blind Cricket Association. CBN4 will bring you more on the international and regional programs for the DAPD. In other news, the Chief Executive Officer of the Dominica Air and Seaport Authority, Benwa Badwell, has said that the events of Hurricane Maria are history and we must deal with the challenges going forward. In facing the challenges brought about by the hurricane, Badwell stated that we must look at areas in which we can harness from the standpoint of tourism to see how best we can bring Dominica back as one of the players within the tourism sector.
The issue of volunteerism was one of the first things that came in terms of how we get persons to again begin to look at Dominica and to seek to help us to put ourselves back on our feet. And clearly, Discover Dominica, or people in there, are beginning to take advantage of the situation, because in building back Dominica better and stronger, we need all the help that we can get. And so, as you can see, after the hurricane, we had lots of assistance from various agencies, but from our standpoint, in terms of bringing back our tourism, we had to endure going through the process of trying to get persons with various backgrounds to help us to bring back our industry.
He further expressed sincere gratitude towards the many persons who made the extra sacrifice of being part of the 3-day enhancing tour packages for tourism workshop.
I'm indeed grateful that you made the sacrifice for the last few days to be here and to be able to reshape, retool, re-energize yourself in terms of looking at Dominica and looking at the opportunities that present themselves as we go along. Because I believe there's lots more to come in terms of Dominica and in terms of the opportunities that we can harness based on the things that are happening.
The workshop was facilitated by Barbadian training facilitator Joan Leacock and aimed at equipping service providers in the areas of fundamentals of tour packaging, technical approach of packaging, creating a package that is people and market oriented, pricing and costing to ensure all elements including possible commissions are included in the overall costing, and the voluntourism concept. And we'll be back with more news right after this break. Welcome back to CBN4's Primetime News Package. The World University Service of Canada, WUSC Caribbean. Let me take that again, boy. And welcome back to CBN4's Primetime News Package. The World University Service of Canada, WUSC Caribbean, through the Propel project in collaboration with the Dominica Youth Business Trust, DYBT, has conducted a one-day consultation under the theme Women and the Youth, a voice for change in the agriculture sector. Funded by the Canadian government through Global Affairs Canada and implemented by the World University Service of Canada, the project is working with private buyers, producers, business service providers, and other market systems actors to facilitate the safe, effective, and efficient movement of fresh produce from the farm level to high value markets. In this regard, a national consultation was held.
Most times women and youth are marginalized in terms of their involvement in agriculture, in terms of being at the forefront to voice their opinions and give recommendations, solutions, highlight their own challenges as it relates to their involvement in the agricultural sector. What we've observed as a project ourselves is that most times we center our involvement surrounding those who are the men, definitely the men, and I'm sure all ministers attested to the fact this morning that when women are involved in something, they do it differently. We believe that today's dialogue and discussion will allow us to hear from women and youth. We're not actually the ones as technicians, professionals, speaking to them, but we're giving them an opportunity to speak to us. We have a number of women and youth organizations represented here, from DOME, from the Dominica State College. We have a number of farmers groups as well represented, and they will be speaking to us today about some of their issues, their vision for agriculture, their challenges, making some recommendations to move the sector forward. We also have a panel discussions with technicians and professionals at the end of the day who will be able to actually have that level of dialogue with the women. And youth pertaining to what was discussed earlier this morning. It's a critical intervention for us, especially post the Hurricane Maria phase.
The promotion of regional opportunities for produce through enterprise and linkages Propel project is a sustainable economic growth project which aims to increase the value of Caribbean fresh produce accessing high-value markets in the Caribbean and internationally by 100 million Canadian dollars over 6 years. And following the events of Hurricane Maria, the Ministry of Tourism was forced to review its strategy in tourism development. Minister for Tourism and Culture, Robert Tong, said after evaluating the industry post-Hurricane Maria through research and extensive consultation with stakeholders, the ministry arrived at a consensus that should pursue the promotion of voluntourism as a new niche product. Volunteer tourism or voluntourism is an emerging trend of travel linked to doing good. Voluntourists typically travel to destinations to participate in voluntary work on a project or with a charitable organization. The minister further stated that post-Hurricane Maria, we have seen an influx of volunteers to Dominica from various relief agencies and countries across the globe who have visited the island to assist with various aspects of immediate relief operations, recovery and rebuilding. He also took the opportunity to thank all the volunteers who have traveled to Dominica over the last 9 months to support the country's recovery. The minister also commended the work of the agencies who have facilitated volunteers such as Red Cross, All Hands and Hearts, Andra Samaritan's Purse, Israel Aid, church and service organizations, and other non-governmental organizations. Also in the news, the Dominica Olympic Committee, DOC, will celebrate Olympic Day, marking the 124th anniversary of the founding of the International Olympic Committee, IOC, with the observance of Olympic Day. This year's event is scheduled for Saturday, June 30th, 2018, beginning from 3 p.m. up to 6 p.m. with participants of all ages gathering at the Lindo Park in Goodwill from as early as 2 p.m. It begins with the traditional run, walk, cycle movement activity and will be followed by a demonstration of sporting activities at display booths by various national sporting associations. Preceding the event, the message of International Olympic Committee President Mr. Thomas Bach will be read by the President of the Dominica Olympic Committee, Mr. Billy Doctorow. And with that, we come to the end of today's Primetime News package. On behalf of the entire CBN4 team, I am Ali and Christopher saying thank you for watching and do join us again next time.